Alright guys, you're back with Lord Fishy Fish. Let's put our fins up in the air and get this trailer finished if you just don't care. No, you should care though, this is important stuff. Alright, let's flip into edit mode. Alright. I didn't even do it. Let's grab this, flip into edit mode. Alright, perfect, that's better. If you're not clicked on anything, you can't click in edit mode. I'm just going to grab all these with L. Hitting L to grab each one we want to grab. We're going to grab the frame. We need that frame, yo. So let's shift D. Sorry, I've been listening to hip hop all morning. I'm a little fired up. Oops, let's highlight that again. So we'll just go to undo to highlight it. We're going to push P, the letter P, and then hit selection. Okay. What we've just done, we've copied that frame, and then we've separated from that frame. So now it's its own part. And over here on this side, if you guys want, you can be naming this stuff the whole time to make it a little easier. I don't know if I spelled that right. I'm not the greatest speller. Anyways, to keep things less confusing. Now we have a little issue with our trailer, or with our frame for our trailer, so we're just going to fix it up a little bit. The proportions just aren't quite right. Maybe they are for you actually. Actually, it doesn't look too bad. Let's see what we get. Let's put let's move it back a little bit to start. So you can see our move point's way up here because that's where we separate it from. Yeah, that'll do. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. So because we had the trailer attached to the truck, it's right where the truck was basically. And that's not a big deal. Let's first put a block on top of this to make sure it's going to work before we go adding tires. And there's our block. Let's drag it out, get a side view. Hit S probably. So we want to scale it a bit in every direction. We'll do one of those so it's the same size as the trailer itself. And then we'll stretch her out. Now, this may not be the type of trailer you're making, in which case, pause the video while you change things to what you need. I can only do so many different examples. If you need something specific, mention it in the comments, and then I'll see if I can do a video just for you, but otherwise, I'm just going to do this one as an example. If you need like a car trailer, say it again in the comments and I'll get to you, I imagine. Alright, so this is what we got. We're making a transport in trailer. Just because of the series name, we might as well stick with that, right? So what we need is enough room to put a hitch here, or up ahead a little bit, so it's going to slide onto our hitch. And we're still going to be level with the ground. So first issue I'm going to see is we're going to have to be up a little bit higher than this, so our tires will probably have to be a bit bigger. So we're going to have to figure that out, but we'll get there. Is that going to work? No, let's go back down. How does the transport work? Why am I doing this wrong? I know what I'm doing wrong. Okay. I'm sorry, I don't have a transport. I've never been in a transport, so it's a little hard to remember all these things. And maybe I should take the time to look at this stuff first, and then when I come into my videos, I know what I'm making a little bit better. But honestly, I just love freestyling stuff. I feel like you put more of yourself into these things when you freestyle them. You're not just copying. And when you're following along with me, I'm sure you're having the other thing where you're not just copying because it's just about impossible to just copy me. You gotta kind of make your own thing. I'm gonna bump this trailer back a little bit. I could probably move it forward after. I just don't want to take a chunk out of it while we're doing this. It's gonna be hard to get the right height here, but you want to leave probably like something like that for it can slide in. Over top, we might have to adjust the box size after, but let's just pop this out of here. And again, if you need to take a little more time to make yours a little different, I went to the wrong one. It's not that it's wrong, it's just faster to do it this way. Objective, bool tool, difference on the top. If you go to the bottom one, it gives you more options, but I just don't want to take the time to mess with them. This is what we want. That's good enough. So let's just do a little example and see where we're at. So at this point it's just not long enough, so I'm going to undo that. Just take the top trailer. It's probably a little over or too small for the frame underneath of it anyways, because you're going to remember we're going to have tires on that and everything. Something like that hopefully is a little bit more appropriate, and you're just going to have to mess with it till you just get it just perfect. Remember, just grab the trailer, don't stretch the frame with it underneath. The frame can stay the same size. And if you want to make yours a little different, just pause again while you're making yours different. That's going to do for us. We've got our hitch. We just need to put a hitch point on the front of the trailer. Maybe we'll have it come out a little from the front just to make it nice. Alright, well, next thing we probably want to do, take the trailer itself, copy it, move it back a little bit, hit S, watch it shrink, have a look at your edges, let it shrink a little more. When you're happy with your edges, you're going to use this shape. Make sure you pull it all the way to the door. You're not going to have a hole in your door and you won't be able to see. If you need to go deeper now at this point, we could just make it a little bit deeper until you're happy. Now let's just, when we do this, make sure it doesn't pop through on any edges. It's kind of a difficult one. Highlight the one we made last, and then the first one. Objective, bool, difference. Right on. Beautiful. That looks pretty good in there. One thing we could have did is made a door out of that back piece, and we still can. Maybe we'll undo that. Just click on this one, Shift D. Oh, you know what? We can't make a door out of that. It has a weird shape. Sorry. Yeah. We'll have to make a door. It's not a big deal, though. Alright. Sorry about that. Grab that, grab that, grab that. Shift D. I hit the wrong buttons. And if you didn't change your frame shape, you should be able to just very, very carefully line one up perfectly, and it'll line the rest of your tires up. So we did all 3 tires at once. That was pretty easy, and we did that because we didn't change our frame. And maybe you want more tires. Here's your chance. Maybe you need to plan out the frames a little better, but I'm just giving you an example. Everybody's trailers are going to be different. Everybody's going for a different look. So regardless. Alright, I'm going to do the same on the other side, so we're just going to Shift D this. Alright. I don't think I can move them all at once, but let's try. No, I can't. I can move one at a time. So we'll just do the same on each tire. We're just adding a minus over here. Because we kept it perfectly in the middle, we're able to use that. Okay, we have a little problem. Our tires are backwards, Mr. Fishy. Right, right, right. So why don't we do this? Why don't we change this minus 90 to a plus 90? And our tires are right. So I'm just typing in just regular 90. Tires right. Alright, guys, you have made yourself a trailer. Maybe you want to do a bit more shape to the trailer, per se, right? Let's click on it. Let's go to edit mode with tab. Let's switch to edges. I like edges better. You get a bit more control with this stuff, and make things usually a bit better this way. So we're going to do that. Maybe not grab the back ones. Maybe grab this front one. I don't know about these guys. Maybe we'll just try it to see what it looks like. And move it. You can see when it starts coming out of the frame and we're cutting into the hole. So make sure you're not cutting into your hole. Just go back a little bit to be safe. Have a look around. Probably going to want to add a couple segments to round it off a little bit. And it's a little bit of a nicer trailer now. Could do that on other edges if we like, to try to make it look a little nicer if that's what you're after. Alright, so what else can we do on our trailer, guys? Let's try this. I don't know if it's going to work. No, it's not. Okay, let's go back. Let's just take out those moves. Now, before we do that, maybe we want to put, and I'm sorry to work backwards like this, but maybe we'll want to put a cut into our frame to maybe put a billboard up. I can't see this. Okay, let's undo that. We probably wanted to do this when the whole thing was square, by the way. It would have been a little easier. But I didn't think of the fact you might want to put a billboard up. I can't see where that's going. I have to keep on reversing it, but it's going on the inside. Let's have a look and see if we see them. Yeah, I put two of them on by accident, so we could just delete this vertice. I'll grab this one, and then we'll shift, grab that one, and then we're just going to hit J. Oh, ho, ho, ho. It says no. I don't know why I would have said no. Uh-oh. What have we done? Okay, let's go back. What have I done, I should say, not you guys. Got a little trailer issue. There it is. So let's just grab this one and see if it'll just let us grab this one over here before we broke it and hit J. Okay, there we go. Probably going to have to do this on both sides. You might have to add another one here by hitting Control R. And then just grab it and drag it down to where you need it. And then Shift, left click, and then J. And we're just join it like that. And the reason we're going to do that, you're going to see it makes a little bit more sense that we went through all that. Say you want to put a logo on your truck now. We can change the shape of the logo to whatever you need it to be, and then you can put billboards down the side of your transport trucks. Just like that. There's an extra line in here, and that's my fault because I put an extra one in here. Excuse me, sorry. Dissolve edge, perfect. There, that's a little cleaner. Looks a little nicer. If we want, you could grab the faces and you could sink them in just a hair. Grab one, grab two, and then we just go to like that, and just give you a bit better of a tapered look to them. You could taper them out if you'd rather, but anyways, that's what we'll do. And you're going to have to remember during coloring to give them an extra color as well. And now you could round it if you want, but I think it looks pretty good like that, so I'm just going to leave it. It's kind of whatever you guys are after again. So there we have our trailer. We probably have to get out of edit mode, grab the frame, grab the trailer itself, and we'll just Control J. We won't attach the tires because you're going to want them to be spinning, I imagine, so they have to be loose, depending which way you're doing it and which system you're using. Oh yes, yes, yes. We'll do back doors, and we will also do a little mounting coupling, we'll call it. So, knowing what I need, I'm going to go like this. I'm going to go ahead and make a cylinder. Once we find our cylinder, move it down there. We're going to hit S. Shrink it a little bit. And hit scalar. We're going to do this. We're going to hit Shift D. We're going to go a little bigger again, and then we're going to hit S. Make sure it's sticking out either end. Looking good. And we are going to bool it. Difference. Alright. We're going to have to get the size of this just right. So let's move it over here. And, oops. Make sure it stays on the axis for you don't get it all loose. And what we're going to do is just kind of match up the size of this coupling here. For when our trailer slides onto it, it could be like a grabbing point, basically. Like that. I think that'll work. I think I'm going to have to grab that, flip to edit mode, hit L over that, and shrink that a little bit. Just a little too big. Let's hit our arrows, and we'll move it down a little bit. There we go. There we go, guys. If we whisper, it's better for some reason. I don't know why I'm whispering. Alright. Maybe shrink that a bit, because the other one shrank. Now, let's wind it back to our trailer. And you may have to make a few slight adjustments in the height-wise and everything, but that's pretty much gonna cover it. That's gonna be the point where it attaches to our trailer. You may want to make your trailer hitches different. You may not like my trailer hitch system, but you get the idea, and hopefully you've learned something today. We'll go ahead and join that to the trailer. Alright, there we go. Oh, we'll make a back door too. Guys, got to remember to like and subscribe to my videos. I'm always coming out with new content, new things. People are starting to really watch this stuff, so as long as you guys are watching it, as long as you're enjoying it, I'll keep making more, I suppose. So yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, and all that stuff. Check out my channel. Yeah, maybe you just want to check out some new ideas. Go to my channel and see what's up there. Maybe it'll make you come up with a new idea for your games, or maybe you just like watching things being created. Maybe you love the process. Either way, lots on there. Alright, Shift A will make the back door. Hopefully you didn't change it while I was talking. Alright. Winder on back. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. What we're going to do is make one door on one side. Oh, geez. What if you want one slider door, though? There's two styles of truck doors you get with these bigger trucks, and we'll just look at both of them, I guess, just to be kind to you guys. I don't want you to be in the position you can't figure it out on your own. So one's going to slide up and down, and there's a few different ways we can do this in our game, but let's do the demonstration. First we'll do the slider door. It's hard to get the right size, but you just want it just to be just a hair under the size of the other one, so that when you see it, you can see there's clearly a little gap in there. I think I went over on the top. I did too. Okay, I'll stop messing with this. It might take a little bit, but you're gonna get it. You just gotta figure out the right size. But I won't go through the pain of setting it for you guys while you watch me. So, what you would want to do in your game is have the pivot point up here at the top. So when you trigger the door to open, it would kind of fling open and then go up inside, which is one way to do the doors. If you'd rather do the other style, I'll show you an example of that. Control R. So we're going to split it right down the middle, and if you right click, it'll center itself. Perfect. So now we've got that split in the door, right? I could hit L. Ooh. Why won't it let me L? Oh, right. Sorry, I'm not on faces. Sometimes that happens. So there's two ways to do this. We can unhighlight the doors we don't want, or the parts we don't want of it, and keep the parts we do want of it. Or we could try to make half a door at a time. What I think I'm going to go for is we will try to highlight half of it, pull it off. It's probably going to be missing a face though, but we'll just fix that up after. Shift D. No, don't Shift D, I'm so sorry. Grab the back face and hit P. Selection. So now when we flip, this is actually its own door. It's separated. So let's just undo that for now. Let's do nope, back to 0. Nope, back to 0. Sometimes it's painful like that. -90 it's going to be. You just mess with it till you find the right angle. What we're doing is we want to see this back angle. See how it's open? We've got more than that for another problem though. This face right here. Oh, no, that's not the right one. This face on this one over here has two faces on the back, so we're going to have to fix that up too, because it's going to also cause issues. Just trying to figure out how to separate them without getting them too far off each other's kilts. Alright, let's try this. I know what to do. Alright, let's go 0. And then let's flip back out of edit mode and just separate it like that. That's probably the easiest way. We should be able to pull it back pretty easily. As you can see, this edge is actually open here and it's not actually covered. So I'm going to grab edges, just one at a time, shift. You grab the first one with just left click, and then after that you're just going to shift to grab them. Once you have all 4, F. We have one more problem, guys. We know that this door here has 2 edges on it. So let's try to take it out, even though I'm not seeing the one corner, but let's see what we can do. There we go. There it is. So just go to faces and you should be able to hit it. Delete face. Uh-oh. Okay, well apparently it didn't have 2 faces on it. So let's edit and undo that. Alright, so it should just be fine then. Out of edit, we'll grab this door, we'll drag it back over as close as we can. And you're probably gonna want to put just a bit of an edge on these. There's a few ways we can do that. We can shrink them individually, and you can watch the scaling and match it. But I think I'm just gonna throw them in and see how they look. Pretty darn good. Maybe you want to put a handle on them. So maybe we'll wrap it up after this. Oh, there's a few more things we'll do actually, and then we'll wrap it up. And we'll come back if you guys like. If you're watching this a lot, I'll come back with a coloring series, where we color the whole truck, I guess. I don't know if you like to see them colored individually and see what I do, or if you just watch the old coloring parts, and that's fine. Let me know if you have a preference, what you'd like to see. Let's fix this up a little bit more. We're better than this, aren't we? Let's make it look more like a handle first of all. Grab edges. That one and that one. We'll Control B. Round them. It's a little better. Okay. Grab that. Shift D. Make it a big fatty. Just that one way. Move it back like this. Hit S. As long as you're still through on all your edges. Handle looks like it's a good shape. Mine looks like it's not giving enough gap up and down, so I'm just going to adjust that. When you're happy, take the second shape, bool out of it. Have a handle for opening our door. Now, obviously, you'd flip it on a 90 if you were going to use it as a bottom handle to open it upwards. But that's going to be preference and all that fun stuff. So you're going to have to decide on your own on that. Okay, let's move it over first. Shift D. No, let's not do that yet, actually. Let's shrink it a little bit for it looks a little more like a handle. Remember, you'll have to give this another color on its own in the coloring part. Make it metal or whatever you're after. Make sure it doesn't go through the door too much. Shift D when you're ready. Remove the minus and hopefully this is the right axis. Yep. Alright. You're probably going to want to attach these to the door. So okay, I'll go through this again. Left click, shift left click, then Control J. Same thing on their side. Left click, shift left click, Control J. So now you have 2 doors with handles mounted on them. Good work. This is mounted. The only things that shouldn't be mounted are your tires. We'll quickly do one more thing on the transport truck up ahead that I missed in the last video. Didn't put a handle on the truck, on the doors. So I'll just quickly make a handle. Maybe we'll do something a little different than we usually do, just to show you guys a different technique in case you're looking to make it a little fancier or something. Kind of do it like the handle we did on the back, actually. Just a little different, right? So we'll Control B and just give it an edge. Beautiful. Good work. So flip out of edit mode. We'll go like that. Go like this. Let's use our hand to adjust us because we're way out of bounds here. Like that. Alright. Before I do this, let's Shift D that. Okay. We're going to make a truck style handle this time, so hopefully this looks good in the end. If it doesn't, just take more time. I'm sure you could take my technique and just take a little more time to make it look better. We're going to shrink it, just like the back handle. When you're happy, unhappy this way. Find your happy point. And make sure you're through the back on this side. And then bool out of it. Just like we taught you. Oh, I wasn't through, but that's fine. So, come over here. Sink it into the door like that until you're almost level. Something like that, probably. Try and get it in the right spot now. It's too wide, I see. But you get the idea. Why did we duplicate this? You're probably wondering right about now. Oh, you can... yeah. Because we're going to hit S. Thicken it a little bit. This way a little bit. This way a little bit. We're going to make a little button beside the handle that you would open it with this time. Because we are super fancy. Maybe you don't like this idea, maybe you think it looks crummy, then don't do it. That's cool. I just thought I'd show you. If you want a buttony look, or you could use a cylinder and you could turn it sideways, you know, whatever works for you. I just thought I'd give you the look, show you it anyways. Actually, I don't like it. I can delete it. Alright, Shift D, and copy that. Minus. And then we gotta spin it. And I think we're gonna wrap it up, guys, once I get this in the right proportions. If you're making a game with the transport truck, I wish you lots of luck. There's a lot of troubles with it, but you're gonna get there. Don't let this defeat you. You know, it's gonna feel like you're never gonna get there, and it's gonna be really hard, but don't give up. You got this. Alright, and we're just going to attach these. Are our doors separated? No. Okay, let's separate our doors for you too, in case you're going to have an issue with that later, right? So I'm going to click on the truck. Click off in edit mode, sorry. Click off of anything with left click. Why are the doors not highlighting then? But they're highlighting there. That's so weird. Oh, I know. I'm not in faces. Oh, I do this all the time. L. P. Selection. Let's just name this to make it a little easier for you guys, and then you don't get confused what you're clicked on, things like that. Just call it driver door. That should help, right? Perfect. So we're going to grab the handle, click the door, Control J, and attach the handle to the door. Do the same on the other side. First we're going to have to go into edit mode. Now that we're on faces, it'll highlight. We'll push P again, selection. And then when we flip back, we click on it, it's its own door. So we'll do passenger door. Alright. Works for me. Click the handle, click the door, Control J. Boom. Your doors are now separated. You now have handles. Perfect. So that way, why we separated these doors is for when you are playing now, you're going to put your pivot point here for it, and you're going to be able to open your doors on your car with a little bit of programming. If you're selling this on Artisan, you can make 2 different versions, or on Marketplace or wherever you sell this. You can make 2 different versions where one the door doesn't shut or open and shut, and the other one the door does. And the only difference is one mode they're not going to be attached. You're going to use something like a component probably to keep them attached. So that's all. I do know a little bit about programming, but I definitely way better in Blender and just creating levels in general. I have a programmer that does all that stuff, and they're basically the greatest programmer anybody could ever ask for in my version. What is this? This is going to happen sometimes. I'm not exactly sure what it is. Oh, it's the point for our driver's door. That's super weird why it's over there. It's just the control point, and I know you can move this. I don't remember how to do it, but I'm sure you can move it over here too. And I'm sure there's a YouTube video on it. But for now, I'm going to get going. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this part. We got a truck and our trailer, just like I said we would. We finished our part 2. If you're enjoying, make sure you like these things, because I'm not just going to keep making them if nobody's liking them. I need the likes, because it encourages me to make more. Subscribe. I need your subscriptions, guys. And I hope this has been great for you guys. Remember, my video should be linked below in the description, and hope you enjoyed yourself. Thanks for watching. Peace.